Hello again. We're going to look at another question now. This time it's Excel, and this was from the mock exam, and it's looking at monthly finances. So this is 12 marks. So your friend has asked you to help him keep track of his spending this month. Download the file monthly budget by clicking on the link at the bottom of the page. Enter the data from the file into a spreadsheet. So let's have a look at that. So I've downloaded the file monthly budget, and it comes up with this, and we'll be able to see that when we copy it in, we may have to do some bits with it because it's not really lined up at the moment. So what I'm going to do is just press Ctrl and A. All the text is selected. Press Ctrl and C, and then open up Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel will now open, blank worksheet, and then I'm in cell A1, just going to press Ctrl and V, and it copies that in for me there. Okay, so I've now got the text in there, and it seems to have gone in. Okay, all the data. Let's have a look and see what it wants us to do. Format the spreadsheet so that all the text is viewable on the screen. Okay, and the headings stand out from the rest of the data. So we can see at the moment that we've got some data here that's cut off. It's called truncated, and in this column here. So the easiest way to do that would be to highlight 3 columns, and all I'm going to do is just go into the middle of any of the 2 columns, and you can see now that my cursor has gone to a straight line with an arrow either way, and I just double click, and then it will go auto width there. So we've done that. So we've done that one. The headings stand out from the rest of the data. Well, these are the headings there. So I'm going to make them in bold, and I'll give them a bit of a fill. Let's fill them in there, make that a little bit bigger. You can, if you want to add it. I'm going to add something in there. You don't have to do that, but I'm just going to make it there. So item. Okay, so we've done that one now. Money values are formatted to currency. Okay, so these are the money values here. So I'm just going to highlight them. And there's a number of different ways that I can do this. I can go up to this tab here, General, click on Currency, and it will come to 2 decimal places. If I needed to change my decimal places, I could use these tabs here. I can increase decimal places that way, decrease that way. Alternatively, I can just click on the tab, the little arrow there, number format, and my format cells box will come up, and I can click currency there. Or I can right click, format cells, and it'll come on this. So there's a number of different ways that I can add into there. So add a column with the heading spending difference. That's a column with the heading spending difference. Okay, so let's put that in there. Difference. Okay, and I can make that a little bit bigger. If I wanted to wrap the text, what I could do is I could just go up to this icon here, wrap the text, and what will happen is when I go there, but I think for your exam you don't need to do that, just get that information in. So spending difference, and a row with the heading total. Okay, so that's total there. Okay, I don't like how that's close and personal. That's for maybe just me, total there. And I'm going to put that in bold as well. Now what does it want us to do? On your spreadsheet, calculate the amount budgeted for outgoings minus the actual amount spent. Okay, so really what we're wanting to do is, that's our budget and that's its spent, so we need to minus the actual spent from the budget. So that is going to equals this cell here, B4 minus C4. So we can see that that cell there equals B4 minus C4. Press enter. So I've done that. Okay. So we can see that The budget was £350, the actual spend was £350. We've got a spending difference of £0, so that makes sense. Okay. The total amounts for the budget actual spend, so amount budget for my, okay, so what we need to do now is we're going to replicate that formula down. So there's a number of different ways I can do that. So I'm going to, with that cell highlighted, I'm going to go to the bottom right hand corner and watch as my cursor goes from a big white cross to a little black cross, and that's the fill handle. Now if I just double left click my mouse button, it will automatically fill them in there, and you can see that it's added in the bottom one. Well, I don't want to do that at the moment, so I'm just going to press Ctrl and Z. I can again go to there, bottom right hand corner, press left click, hold my mouse button and drag it down, and there we go. Okay, so we've done that, and we can see that on this one my budget was £22. I've actually spent £36, so I've minus £14. All right. The total amounts of budget, actual spend and spending difference. Okay, so now here, if I go to auto sum, which is this one here, just click on that, it will put that in for me, and it says equals sum B4, the range B4 to B11, which is there. And I can just press enter. Now to drag that across, I can just left click and drag it across there. There is another way, alternatively, I'm just going to delete that. If I wanted to, I could just highlight these cells, and you can see that the total ones is not filled in, the rest of them are. And then just, if I'm on a Windows computer, just press Alt and equals, and it will put them figures in for me there. So that's another way that you can do it. So you can see I've spent over my budget by £77. Now what does it ask us to do? Fill the data to show only those items where the actual spend is more than the budget. Where the actual spend is more than the budget. So really we're looking for all the minus figures here. So how do we filter it? Well, there's a number of different ways. We can highlight that top row, and then I'm going to go onto the sort and filter button, filter, and then we can see now I've got little select buttons there which allow me then to select what I want to filter. So if I just left click that there, it will come up with, at the moment it's got select all. Well, I want to filter out all the ones that are positive. So that would all that one, or that one, because I've spent under my budget. If I then click OK, and we can see now I've got these three ones here that have been filtered over all there. So to remove the filter, these, all I would do is just go to filter, left click on the filter icon, and you can see it's gone there. I'm going to go back undo because it asked me to save it like that. Okay, save your document in your mock folder, task 5 folder using the file name budget, and then upload it. So hopefully that is all right for you there. So it's 12 marks. So it asks you to filter and to work out some different values. Hopefully you found that useful.